If anyone knows me properly, they know that I'm obsessed with The Sopranos. I'm talking about, I've watched the whole series 12 times, 13 times, probably more. One thing people don't really understand is that it's just the greatest show on earth. And, you know, it appeals to me in a cultural sense, being Italian, but not only that, if you look at the actors that they had, you got some real gangsters in that show. You got some real people that have been involved, and it shows in their acting, like Tony Sirico, real gangster. And he just didn't even need to act. It was just him. He was being himself. The only thing, he probably wasn't a killer outside of acting, right? But other than that, you know, his line where he says he was, you know, spent some time in the army and some time in the can, that was real. He really did that in real life. And they, you know, the way that they used real life experiences for the actors was just amazing. Amazing. James Gandolfini, there couldn't have been another Tony Soprano. It was just him, or it was absolutely no one. That's why there would be no remakes. The actors cannot be matched. You can't remake the show. You can't make a movie. Many Saints of Newark was terrible. I wouldn't even give it a 2 out of 10. It was rubbish. And people are going on about it when it first came out like it was good. It was rubbish. I watched, you know, 3/4 of it, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Gandolfini's son could not emulate him, his dad, at all. It's not like he was a decent actor and, you know, you might be able to replicate the role a little bit, him as a young kid, or whatever. Just didn't have the look, the attitude. You know, Gandolfini, when he would be preparing to film, he was actually getting himself angry. Wasn't just acting, he was actually angry at the time that was shooting certain scenes. And, you know, when they were in the Pie Barons episode, they're going to look for Paulie and Chrissy. The actor for Bobby Bacala, Steven Scarippa, he actually spent 20 minutes trying to get Tony to laugh. Wasn't putting on that laugh. It was a real laugh. Things like that. It's just, you can't replicate that show. One show that I can argue to be just as good or on the same level, not better, but on the same level as The Sopranos, is The Wire. That show, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I've watched that 4 or 5 times. People say, oh, you know, it's on the same caliber as Breaking Bad and this show and that show. There's no better show than The Sopranos. And a close second, if not equal, is The Wire, and that's it. Those are the 2 best shows ever made. You can't beat them. They'll never be replicated again. You can't make movies of them and expect them to have the same effect as the show, because it's to do with the acting, the dialogue, the writing, you know, the time, even the camera quality. People don't understand how important the camera quality is as well. I don't want the updated graphics, 4K, this and all this shit, this modernized garbage. The 2000s, late 90s, the camera work, the quality, the fact that the cities were actually, you know, New Jersey was an Italian city, you know, where they are, North Caldwell, Essex County, and then in The Wire, Baltimore. These are, you know, they're culturally Italian and culturally black. Now these days, it's not the same. So if you want to make The Wire or Sopranos in 2026, you wouldn't be able to match it. There'd have to be one homosexual or transsexual, blah, blah, blah. I know Omar was gay in the show, in The Wire, but still a man. These days, they'd have him with that voice, the fake, I'm trying to be a woman voice and all that. They'd have all of that in there. Dyed hair, purple hair, green hair, all that shit. Yeah, well, you just can't replicate those two shows anyway. My point is, Sopranos is the greatest show ever, followed up by The Wire as being either second best or equal best. You tell me what you think. If I'm an idiot, you disagree, I want you to tell me why. If you agree, thanks. Whatever.